It's like an item you choose. Many times in the culture, hit you with MK Ultra. I knew you was a vulture. Holy Ghost, get the usher. No, I can't touch it. Shock you, then now you fluster. Crashing down, I was cluttered. Florida.
Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power. Hey, look at my dogs. It was way back then, you could claim what you saw, but you weren't with us. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I done been ballin' this pickup. Remember me being so bummy and being so hungry, I had to eat gristle. Ay, how did you let it go miss? Ay, her she was magic, she mixed. Met her at one of the functions, we caught a little rhythm, she caught up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked. Can I? Before I went live, ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Need a light ear just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite ear just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with a mask? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
That's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top of it. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can sleep without 2. I got homies that can sleep without Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Gon' pop it for me cause I'm rich and poppin' in. Yeah, drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago where the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Jackson on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete.
Jackson
Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and that takes us from second to third down.
Let's go, D. Big Sears right here. We got to step up.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Jackson's
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
6-yard line.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down, Baltimore.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On third down, Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Davion Taylor there to bring him down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On second down, Ingram. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
From the ball carrier.
After watching that play result, it took me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and we asked him, so how you plan to move the ball against his defense?
He didn't really tip his hand, did he?
No, he didn't. I think it's because he really didn't have an answer. He wasn't quite sure how he was going to get it done, and that play showed us.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. This ball complete to Rager. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
A gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this carries into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result that he opted for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Ball carrier.
J.K. Dobbins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it's 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On 1st down, Dobbins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
And a Raven 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
It's complete to Snead. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
And just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The tackle made by L.J. Ford.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Sanders,
linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
On the tackle. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Those INTs all sting when you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Dobbins running out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away.
On to punt for the Ravens.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one go.
This is caught inside the 15. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going,
and they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
A 33-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Working with a 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson. Snead's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Intended for Willie Snead. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw again, Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Again, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Jake Elliott to kick off.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Now Dobbins. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Now 4th down.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So, Charles, talk about a play that could prove pivotal. And I mean pivotal. That decision right there could be really costly.
Without a doubt. You talk about taking a chance there and deciding you're going to go all in, as they like to say. That's exactly what that one was, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, inside their own territory, game tied, this stage of the contest. Boy, rookie Jalen Reagor, the intended target that time. And now it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll fire it deep. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Touchdown. Jalen Reagor with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front. And his kick is good.
Eagles 17. Ravens 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Dobbins. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
13 yards.
Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Flushed out right. He'll run it. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, Jackson. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A give running left. It's Sanders. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
4 yards.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. John Hightower, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And boy, it was pretty.
And the lead is up to 14.
Is good. Makes the score Eagles 24, Ravens 10.
Touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. Another run here with Dobbins. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Dobbins, the ball carrier. He was brought down at the 26. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the Ravens' 13-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Reagor, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge, or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Chris Moore was the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy. When they practiced for this back in training camp, they knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
You got 3 down. 48
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
10 at the 22-yard line.
So fly, Eagles fly. It's a victory for